Right, the first packet tracer file I've assigned for grading at this particular point, could change in the future, 2.91. It's the first one I'm going to collect and grade. So we're gonna walk through some things on that one. Maybe I'll do the whole thing in this video. Maybe I won't. It should be pretty straightforward for us at this point. Basic switch and in-device configuration. So I'm going to download the file, open in packet tracer. Open in packet tracer. Alright, hey, let me get started. Oh crap, nothing's working. Oh yeah, remember that stupid annoying window? Rich. Alright, so now I'm going to get started. First thing I like to do, being the lazy guy I am, is hit check results and see what happens. In this case, it's, oh, you didn't do it. Maybe you should do something, and then we'll check it. If you look at assessment items, it kind of could be a cheat sheet for you. These are the things that are going to get checked for. So maybe you could use that. Once you don't get it correct, you could go see why you don't have it correct. But anyway, so we're going to get started. Basically, we're going to follow these instructions. We're going to read the scenario. A recently hired LAN technician, you have to demonstrate your ability to configure a small LAN. It tells you what you're going to do. It says use a console connection to access each switch. So again, if you watch my other video, you click on the switch, it says you can't do it. We need to add console cables. So I'll go console into switch 1. Connect it to user 1, console into switch 2, connect it to user 2, and now within the PC I can, that's not what I wanted. Within the PC I can access my switch at the CLI using the terminal. So let me go find those instructions again. Alright, use a console connection to access each switch. Name the switch ASW1, ASW2. So this is ASW1. Use as the password for all lines. Use a secret password. Encrypt all clear text passwords. Configure your preferred message of the day. Configure addressing for all devices according to the addressing table. Save your config. Verify connectivity between all devices. So I'll do one half of this. The other half will be the same. So we're going to be setting this information on this PC, this switch, and this information on the PC connected to it. We'll go ahead and do the switch first. Right, let's go down here. Hopefully I can do all this stuff. Name ASW-1. So enable conft set the host name with the hostname command. I'm going to intentionally do it lowercase because I'm interested in seeing if this thing's smart enough to check case. I'm going to check results. It gave me correct for the host name. So apparently it doesn't care about lowercase or uppercase. I was curious about that. It'll be great. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Apparently, this particular activity does not care about uppercase or lowercase. I don't know if like later activities might care, but in this case, it didn't care. But I think is a probably gonna do that all semester. I think as a general rule of thumb, it would probably be a good idea to follow the case they tell you. So I'm gonna go ahead and change that to be what they told me. All right, use this password for all lines. I know they mean line console 0 is a line. All right. Password 8UBRU. I spelled password wrong. You guys probably saw that when I was typing. Password. And then in order for that password to be asked for, you have to enable login. So it doesn't explicitly say you need to enable login. So I don't know if that was required. The other lines we're going to configure are for telnet, VTY 0 to 15. This time, hey, let's set the password, but not set login. So when we grade it, we'll see what that means as far as the grading goes. Is it going to complain or is it going to be fine, even though it's not completely configured? Use C9WRE for the secret password. So enable secret. Hopefully you remember that enable password is also an option, but not the one we want to use because it does not encrypt it. So enable secret C9WRE. Encrypt all clear text passwords. I know what that means because I've done this before and I know things, but you may not know what that means. And I don't want to teach you how to cheat the system, but if you check your results, go look at assessment items, it says right there, service password encryption. It's like, oh, That could give you a hint on what you need to do to get that right. It's weird to show my console line is not correct, so I'll have to figure out what I screwed up on that in a little while. Although I think I know what the answer to that is. So yeah, so that's another good point. It's just because it says it's not correct might not mean it's not correct, because I think it's not correct because I haven't done the service password encryption command yet. So let's do that one now. Again, service password encryption. So what that did, I don't know, we didn't go over this in CNT 220. What that did was that actually encrypted. I put the encrypted in semi-quotes because it's not really semi-quotes. What's a semi-quote? In air quotes, because it's not really encrypted. That's called type 7 encoding, and if you paste that in, it can be recovered. So it's really not a very good good mechanism for encrypting your passwords. It's really just kind of to keep really lazy people that don't know very much from having your password. So anyway, it's encrypted now. So let's go back and recheck our thing and see what it says. So now it still says our console password is not correct. So we'll have to figure that out in a little while, because I'm not sure what it's looking for, because I'm pretty sure I typed that correctly. All right, we'll keep going, and then we'll come back. I don't know while it's downloading. I don't know where my packet tracer file went. We'll keep going, and we'll come back to that when we're done, because I'm pretty sure I did that correctly. All right, service password encryption. Configure an appropriate message of the day banner. So it's going to be hard to get used to. So to configure for that, you type banner. Then the question is, which banner do you want to set? There are multiple banners, but Packet Tracer only supports message of the day. And then how do you set it? Well, then you have to use a delimiting character, right? Where what that means is you put a character, and then you put your message, and then you put that character again to end your message. So what does that mean? Well, that means you cannot use a character that's part of your message. So if my message would have a C in it, that would have messed things up. In this case, that's going to work fine because I didn't have a C in my message. So a more appropriate message might be something like authorized use only, or something like that. So now, in theory, when I log in, I should get that message. I don't know why I got out. I still have things to configure. All right, let's go back, get the instructions. Configure addressing for all devices. Well, like I said, we're going to do one side. As you hopefully can remember, the addressing on a switch, we give VLAN 1 an address usually to make that happen. To give it an IP, usually it's VLAN 1. And we need to use this address, 128. I wonder if I can copy and paste. Nope. Copy and paste didn't work. So we need that address. 128.107.20.10. Subnet mask. No shutdown. Alright, so that's up. We need to give the PC this IP address, 128.107.20.25. 20.25 for PC1. .25, same 24-bit mask. What do we put for the gateway? Well, no gateway right now. We're just doing local area network stuff, so no gateway. Back to the terminal. Well, I guess I'll try to ping. Ping the switch. What was the switch? Switch was 10. 10. All right, there you go. First ping failed. It does. It often fails the first time you try to ping a new device. Maybe they need a longer timeout setting on that. All right, what's next? Save your configurations. I wish I had $1 for every time I hit that thing incorrectly. So copy, run, start is how you save your config. Copy, run, start. All right, so I should be done with this side of things. Let's go recheck it and see if it tells me that side's done. If not, we got to figure out what we screwed up. All right, my console is still showing me the password is not correct. The only thing I didn't do over there was set login for the VTY lines. So let me go try that. It would be kind of annoying and good to know if that's the problem. If that one problem is reporting as being an issue for all. All the things, even though it's just for the one. No. So it still says the password is wrong, so I'm going to go try to set the password again. We can check connectivity tests. So now we get successful. User 0, we get correct. Test connection successful. All right. These other things aren't correct yet because they're trying to ping. This is trying to ping user 1 to user 2. We didn't do user 2 yet. This is trying to do switch 1 to switch 2. We didn't do switch 2 yet. Didn't do switch 2 yet. Didn't do user 2 yet. Didn't do user 2 or switch 2 yet. So the only one we have configured correctly right now is this one because we didn't do all of them. So I'm just basically going to go type the password again for the console and see if it fixes it. Maybe I typed it wrong before and didn't notice. I bet somebody else noticed and they're like, hey Rich, you didn't type that right. So let's go back up and see what I typed. I can't go back far enough. All right. So the password should be 8UBRU. 8UBRU. So I guess I typed it wrong. So now it's correct. Careful typing, friends. So let me do line con 0 now. Check results. All right, so yeah, I typed the password wrong apparently. I'm going to go back. Remember that other thing I tried where I didn't have login? I'm going to go back to my VTY lines and do no login. Do no login. That's weird. I've never seen it show up like that. And it still showed up as correct, so I don't know if it would have cared about that or not. You could try that on your own if you want as you're testing. If you do test that, let me know what you determine. So anyway, basically I just wanted to go through that to go over some of the things you might run into as you're working through these activities and how we have to work a little differently than we have in the past using Packet Tracer, and also get us started easily on this activity, so that we can get moving and not fall behind. So I assume if you screw things up and want to start over, or you just want to start over for fun, you can always download the Packet Tracer file again. But apparently, if I hit reset activity, it'll reset the activity, and then I start over again. And it also gives me different IP addresses. So these things randomly generate some certain amount of information. So now I have different IP addresses and different host names and different passwords. So if you wanted to get extra practice, you could do that as many times as you want. I guess eventually you would wrap around and get some of the ones that you've used before again. But that's all I was going to say about that. So as always, if you have any issues or problems or run into anything unexpected, let me know, and I'll see if I can get you straightened out.